Hello, high school basketball fans, and welcome to Crestview High School in the Ray Etzler Gymnasium, where tonight it's non-league rivalry basketball between the Wayne Trace Raiders and the Crestview Knights. Paulding County, Van Wert County, separated by a strip of pavement called the Van Wert-Paulding County line. These two schools, it doesn't get any more even. It's a 31-31 series. I'm Dave Bowen, and tonight, doing color with me tonight, it's Josiah Stober. Let's look at the Raiders and the Knights. Josiah, what do you see as keys for the games?
Yeah, as we look at our visiting team, the Wayne Trace Raiders, coming into this game undefeated, no blemish on their record. As we look at some of these keys, that pushing the ball in transition, we saw this last night against this Crestview team. Crestview's got to find ways to slow down this quick transition team of this Wayne Trace Raiders team. And then we got to look up, we expect a lot of changes in that defensive look for this Wayne Trace team, trying to slow down this Crestview offense and also looking for more production from the supporting cast. We know about Brooks Lockoff. We know about Kyle Stoller. Can other guys step up for this Wayne Trace team?
And that is exactly what Coach Linder will want to see from his team offensively. Yeah, potent Wayne Trace offense, a staple for the Raider program throughout the years. They can hit you quick and hard. Crestview's going to have to be ready for that. And let's look at the keys for the Knights.
Yeah, and for Coach Etzler, talking about he's got to control the tempo. We know this Wayne Trace team likes to push the ball. He's got to be able to almost force a half-court game and control the movement of this Wayne Trace offense. As you said, they also got to get the ball inside. Got to look for Ren Sheets, Connor Sheets, that duo in the paint, see if they can get the ball to them early and often. And finally, they have to defend that one-on-one driving lanes. Spencerville last night made it difficult for this Crestview team. That's something they got to improve on tonight.
It's the Knights, it's the Raiders, it's Saturday night. Wayne Trace 5-0, Crestview 4-1. You're going to see it all right here on WOSN. Welcome back to Crestview High School in the Ray Etzler Gymnasium again for tonight's rivalry contest between the Wayne Trace Raiders and the Crestview Knights. The Wayne Trace Raiders, under the direction of head coach Jim Linder, in his 16th year at the helm, following the legend, Mr. Al Welch, who is a Hall of Fame coach. Linder has an overall record of 259 and 114. As we look at the Wayne Trace roster, starting for the Raiders, number 3, Hudson Myers, a 6'2 senior. He averages 8 points per game. Also starting for the Raiders, number 5, Tanner Lockoff, the 5'10 sophomore guard, comes in at 4 points per game. At guard, Brooks Lockoff, number 20, the 6'4 senior going to Ohio Dominican, averages 23 points per game for the Raiders. And Carter Clemens, number 22, a 6'3 sophomore forward, averaged 2 points per game. And then Kyle Stoller averages 16 points for the Raiders, number 40, 6'3 senior forward. Our Crestview starters, under the direction of Doug Etzler, in his 19th year, 5th year at Crestview, overall record of 236 and 182. Starting for the Knights, the senior, Kellen Putman, at 6'1" tall, averages 6 points per game. Tommy Hefner, the junior, 6 foot starting point guard, averages 4 points per game. Jared Harding, 6'2 senior, number 11, averages 7 points per game. Ren Sheets, the leading scorer for the Knights, number 33, the 6'6 junior, averages 18 points per game. And then Connor Sheets, the 6'5 senior, averages 7 points per game, number 44. We would like to welcome our scoreboard sponsor for tonight. Our scoreboard sponsor is Critton Aerial Applications. Critton Aerial Applications provide you with custom liquid and granular crop applications, all from our innovative drone system. Check out our videos and further information on our Facebook page, Critton Area Applications. It's time for tip-off, Josiah. Let's rock. It's rivalry basketball. And Crestview gets the tip. Tommy Hefner going to bring it up. And the Wayne Trace Raider fans who were behind, they stand. They have a tradition to stand until they score. the Knights would like to keep them standing for a while. As announcers, I don't know that we're in favor of that, though. But right now, the Raiders get the steal. It's Tanner Lockoff with the basketball. He brings it down. Gets the Raiders into their set. Hudson Myers with the basketball. Over to Brooks Lockoff on the wing. Swinging the ball. Kyle Stoller with it right now. Stoller and Lockoff, the two main guns for this Raider offense. Brooks with the ball out front. Crestview playing straight up man-to-man defense. Brooks Lockoff looking to go to the basket. Stops and pops and gets the first bucket for the Raiders. We're going to see a lot of that. He can stop on a dime, Josiah.
Yeah, and that's something Coach Etzler, I'm sure talked to his guys about after the game against Spencerville last night. Got to cut down on those drives, and we saw a little bit of help there, but Brooks Lockoff was able to just come up and shoot over top, and a steal here by Hudson Myers.
Hudson Myers with the steal, gets in the passing lane, and gets the bucket. 2-2-1 defensive pressure from the Raiders, three-quarter court. Jarrett Harding with the basketball. So Crestview's had the ball twice. They've turned it over both times. Connor Sheets in the paint. Looks to get it up there to the basket. It's short. Kyle Stoller with the defense and the rebound. Here come the Raiders in transition. Tanner Lockoff looking to get to the rim. Tommy Hefner walls up, but there's contact. And Tommy Hefner's going to pick up the personal. That's his first, team's first.
Yeah, and we see Tanner Lockoff on our replay here. Driving, cutting to the rim. Drew some contact and an opportunity here to shoot 2 free throws.
Our replays are brought to you by Carey Insurance, proudly investing in our youth programs and our communities. So Brooks Lockoff with a basket, Tanner Lockoff with 2 free throws right there. Makes your score 5-0. The Raiders in man-to-man defense now. Tommy Hefner gets the Knights in their offensive set. Jarrett Harding on with the ball on the left wing. Kellen Putman now with the basketball. Tommy Hefner with the 3. Gets a good look. Doesn't go. Raiders battle the rebound with Connor Sheets, and they come away with it. Brooks Lockoff in transition. Gets the ball down to his teammate, number 22. That's Carter Clemens. He scores the bucket, and Crestview is going to call a timeout. We'll take a timeout as well. You're watching it all right here on WOSN. Tonight's instant replay, tonight's free throw sponsor is Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken in Lima, Wapak, Delphus, and St. Mary's. Call Lee's for all your catering needs. Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken, where home style happens here. So Josiah, the Raiders, they have that potent offense. It's on display here early and often. Coach Etzler has to go with the timeout.
Yeah, and that's, we talked about one of the keys is they got to control this tempo, as this Wayne Trace coming out in this pressure, forcing a couple turnovers early, and then that offense is just so smooth, so many guys that can beat you, and they've done it here early to jump out to a 7-0 lead.
So Crestview takes the early timeout. Tommy Hefner looks to get a shot off. It's blocked. Good defense by the Raiders, but he finds himself wide open again. Doesn't score. Crestview with the offensive rebound, but the ball goes out of bounds, and it's going to stay with Crestview. Our officials for tonight's contest, Scott Nurse, Josh Fries, and Doug Etzler. Yes, that's right, Josiah. We have Doug Etzler, the head coach for the Knights. We also have Doug Etzler as an official. You don't see that every day.
No, you don't.
Jarrett Harding with the basketball, kicks it out, inside out action to Kellen Putman, and just like out shooting in the driveway, inside out, the Knights score it. They needed that bucket desperately. Kellen Putman with the 3-pointer.
Yeah, it's good to see shooting a little bit better from the free throw line. We saw last night against Spencerville, only knocking down 2 threes the entire game. So it's a good sign early for this Crestview team if they can knock down some of those shots from beyond the arc.
Tanner Lockoff with the ball, looks to drive on Tommy Hefner, does so, and strength goes up through it. Thought he might have drawn enough contact for a foul. Not called, but he gets the bucket, does Tanner Lockoff. Gives him 4 on the game. Jarrett Harding kicks it back out to Putman again. Same song, second verse as Kellen Putman drills another three. Give the assist to Jared Harding. Inside-out action again. And here comes Tanner Lockoff. Runs into Connor Sheets. It's a loose ball. And we're going to have a tie-up. And the basketball is going to stay with Wayne Trace.
Yeah, Kellen Putman on the last possession, almost from the exact same spot from the top of the three-point arc. Knocks down two big shots here to cut into this lead.
And there's Kyle Stoller. He can drill the three as well. Does so right there. The second leading scorer for the Raiders at 16 points per game. And we talked about Kyle Stoller and Brooks Lockoff in the pregame. They are the 1-2 punch for Wayne Trace. Right there we have a foul on the Raiders number 22. That's Carter Clemens, his first, team's first.
And we see Wayne Trace come out here in a 2-3 zone, a little matchup. Looks like they switched out of it.
Yeah, switching all screens, man-to-man action. Maybe a little bit of a triangle.
Triangle and two, maybe.
Yeah, Coach Linder does like to mix up the defenses. Braxton Leith with the three, doesn't go down. Kellen Putman with the rebound. Now Hayden Parrott with the basketball. Back to Leith again, finds himself wide open, and he drills that one. So Braxton Leith off the bench for Crestview, 12-9 in favor of the Raiders.
And Crestview coming out now here in a little bit of zone pressure too, trying to slow down this Wayne Trace Raiders offense here. As we know, this team has a lot of shooters on it.
Brooks Lockoff with the penetration, going against that 1-3-1. Kicks it to his brother Tanner. He doesn't score it, but there's Kyle Stoller with the offensive rebound. So Stoller picks up points 4 and 5 here in the first quarter, 14-9 Raiders. Crestview breaks the 2-2-1 press. Braxton Leith being aggressive offensively on the baseline, doesn't go. Ren Sheets gets the pick, goes to the basket, draws contact, and that foul is going to be on number 40, I believe. We see it on the Carry Insurance instant replay. Ren Sheets doesn't give up on the basketball, and he's going to go to the foul line where Kyle Stoller picks up his first, team second. We're going to go to the Lee's Famous Recipe chicken free throw line where Ren Sheets is a 75% free throw shooter. Doesn't get that first one to go. One more shot for Sheets from the line. Looks to cut the deficit to 4. Does so. Crestview retreats. Will they go back to man or stay in the zone? It looks like they're back to man, Josiah.
Yeah, both coaches really switching up the defenses here, trying to see if they can slow down each other here, and we got a timeout for it by Coach Linder.
So Jim Linder sees something right there that he doesn't like. He's going to take a timeout. We'll take one as well. Rivalry basketball at the Voy in the Ray Etzler Gymnasium, all on WOSN. Welcome back to Crestview High School. We've had 4 3-pointers in the game thus far already, Josiah, in the first quarter. And our 3-point sponsor is Lodex Jewelry in Van Wert. Lodex Jewelry offers a wide variety of beautiful earrings, sparkling diamond rings, watches, name brand sunglasses, and more for that special someone on your Christmas list. So Coach Jim Linder takes that timeout. Josiah, I think he just wanted to make sure everybody was set and ready to roll. Cale Winans with the basketball right now.
Yeah, and Crestview's really stepped up that defense here. Brooks Laudick has the ball in the drive, but gets some contact by number 3, Kellen Putman.
Kellen Putman's going to pick up his first. That's Crestview's second of the first quarter. It's going to be under out of bounds. Lockoff and Stoller, 7 of the 14 points. Coach Linder would like to see more of his other players on the floor pick up some offensive prowess, if you will, and look to score a little bit. And right now, he's getting that as Tanner Lockoff has 4 here in the first quarter. And Carter Clemens has a bucket as well. So conversation between the officiating crew. So again, fast and furious here in the first quarter, Josiah. Not surprised by that at all. Wayne Trace comes out with a punch right away. Crestview counter-punching. We got ourselves a good one here in the first quarter, but defense is starting to show itself for both squads.
Yeah, and we saw after that timeout here, both teams kind of ramping up that defense. We expect this fast pace, especially from this Wayne Trace Raiders team. They like to get the ball up and down the court as quickly as they can, try to score in transition. But we're starting to see some of the adjustments both coaches are making, going to a little bit of zone, some diamonds. We're seeing it here as another contact foul, I believe on 0, Hayden Parrott.
Yeah, Hayden Parrott is going to pick up the personal foul, looking to get in the passing lane, and that's the third team foul. Tommy Hefner injured on the play a little bit as well. He's going to come out. Kellen Putman comes back in. So we're going to stay out of bounds with Wayne Trace having the basketball. Possession of the rock. Kyle Stoller out to Brooks. Lockoff up top. Looks at Hudson Myers on the left wing. Lockoff again. Lockoff averages 23 points a game. Right now he has just 2, but there goes a 3. Doesn't hit that one. And Hudson Myers is going to be called for going over the back. We see it here on the Carry Insurance instant replay. Lockoff with a good look. Good check out by Hayden Parrott.
Yeah, we saw that by 3 Crestview defenders there. Got their bodies on their opponent, pushed them back, and they got another possession here for the Knights.
So a triangle and 2 with Kellen Putman and Hayden Parrott being guarded. The main thing is offensively you want to stay with what you do. There's a nice back cut. Don't think too much, because when you think, you slow things down and then you're not just playing the game of basketball. Crestview needs to keep moving the basketball around the perimeter as they are right here. Putman with the basketball back to Parrott. You don't want to have paralysis by analysis. Just keep playing the game.
Yeah, good hand there by Brooks Lockoff. Get a hand on it, knock the ball out of bounds, and still like to see Crestview get that ball down low. A couple times looks like Ren Sheets was in great position. Just haven't been able to find him early. We'll see even in this triangle and 2 if they can get it down low into their big man.
Great point. Sheets without a bucket yet. He has 1 free throw thus far in the contest. There they get it inside. Connor Sheets to Ren Sheets, and that's going to be contact and a foul called, and that's going to create a storyline here, as that's Kyle Stoller's second personal foul, and that's going to put Ren Sheets on the free throw line. Second foul on Stoller. Jim Linder has a decision to make. I think he's going to take him out of the game here as Stoller waits by the bench for Sheets to shoot the first one, which he makes. Coach Linder thinking about it. He's going to keep Stoller in the game here early on. Big storyline developing. Crestview's going to have to look to attack Kyle Stoller on the offensive end. Sheets picks up both free throws on the Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken free throw line. Cuts it to a 2-point advantage for the Raiders. The Knights staying in the 1-3-1 zone.
Yeah, we saw this a little bit last night against Spencerville, trying to change it up, but a big shot there by Kyle Stoller. See why Coach Linder wanted to keep him in the ballgame.
Exactly. On the Lodex Jewelry 3-point shot. Kyle Stoller says, Coach, this is why you're leaving me in. And he drills it from the corner. 8-ball corner pocket is good. Jared Harding with the spin. Loses control, gets it back. And Crestview maintains possession. Kellen Putman with the ball in the right corner. 14 seconds to go. Down to Sheets. Spins and pins. Goes with the left hand. Stoller can do nothing but watch. And Ren Sheets picks up the bucket. Last shot of the quarter. Stoller from deep. And that's how it's going to end. A missed shot by Kyle Stoller, but a good look. First quarter, up and down action. The Raiders lead it by 3, 17-14. You're watching high school basketball on WOSN. Tonight's instant replay sponsor is Carey Insurance in Grover Hill, proudly investing in our youth programs in our communities. And Josiah, we're both big men. The owner of Carey Insurance, Randy Carey, a 1992 Crestview grad who I had the privilege of coaching in the post, and he was a great postman for the Knights. And again, appreciate his sponsoring this game and assisting WOSN on that front. Great first quarter for both squads, and we had some support players stepping up for both teams, Josiah, and again, Kellen Putman for the Knights and Tanner Lockoff for the Raiders.
Yeah, absolutely. And, Brooks Lockoff, only 2 points, kind of the storyline so far. Hasn't got a whole lot of looks. Good defense so far by the Knights on him. But as you said, some of those role players coming in, hitting some big shots, especially for Crestview, keeping this team in this ball game as we get another 3 early.
Kellen Putman with the look, doesn't get it, but Hayden Parrott gets the rebound and gets us 1-2-2 straight up zone by Wayne Trace. Parrott kicks it out to Harding. Harding's been doing that in the game, kicking it out from inside. He gets the return favor this time from Parrott and scores, makes it a 1-point game here early in the second quarter. Crestview in man-to-man defense. Putman with the deflection and the steal. Here come the Knights. Up to Parrott. He attacks the rim. And there's going to be a foul called as we see it on the Carey Insurance replay.
Yeah, Kellen Putman does a great job getting that hand out in the passing lane, finds his teammate Hayden Parrott, who goes up, isn't able to knock down the bucket, but an opportunity here to shoot 2 free throws.
Brady Miller picks up the personal for Wayne Trace. That's his team's first of the second quarter. Hayden Parrott at the free throw line, the Lee's famous recipe chicken free throw line, where he is second on this night's team at 79% from the charity stripe. Makes the first. Here comes the second. It's up, and it's hard. The Raiders with the rebound. Brooks Lockoff. Here he comes. Just so much poise. Heading to Ohio Dominican. Loves that elbow shot. Kellen Putman defends it effectively right there. Swinging the ball around. There's Brady Miller with the basketball. Tanner Lockoff attacking the rim. Nice strength right there by Tanner Lockoff. The sophomore, good upper body strength, takes the contact and goes through it, Josiah.
Yeah, we've seen that a couple times tonight of him driving to the basket. And one thing Crestview's got to control is not allowing those drivers to get to the rim. We've seen that a couple times already tonight from this Raiders team.
Brooks Lockoff, he's going to go coast to coast, misses it from in close. Rensheets with the rebound. Brooks Lockoff, he reminds me of a long-time Raider star from the past in Rob Welch. He really does. Ethan Linder as well. He just fits that mode. Wayne Trace always seems to have outstanding guards. There he is getting a deflection. He leads this team in steals, but just so poised. And, again, brings back a lot of memories of former players who take care of the rock for the Raiders out there.
Yeah, it just looks like the game's so slow for him. He's really smooth. You can tell he knows where he wants to go. He gets there, has that great pull-up game that we've seen so far, in his career. And, just a great player overall.
Hayden Parrott going to trigger the ball from the baseline. Looked like a new out-of-bounds set there from the Knights. Really don't get anything out of it against the zone. So Connor Sheets gets it over to Kellen Putman. He's had some looks here in the second quarter after having 2 threes in the first. Sponsored by Loddix Jewelry are our 3-point shots, 3-point makes. Jarrett Harding with the basketball. Good ball movement by the Knights right here. And there's a reach. Hudson Myers picks up the personal. That's his second as we see it on the Carey Insurance replay. So we're going to go back to live action. It's going to be sideline out of bounds. Again, we talk about the 5-foul rule per quarter. Another rule that a lot of people don't realize is you don't take the ball out free throw line extended or where the foul occurs if it's down along the sideline. It's either at the 28-foot line or under the basket. And I like that free throw line extended out of bounds play because you could run a lot of sets from the side to look to score.
Yeah, a good pass there by Crestview, and got some open shots here, and just rims out.
Does everything but go in, and a nice rebound there by number 22, Carter Clemens. deflected out by Jared Harding. Wayne Trace going to maintain possession. Our JV game tonight was won by Wayne Trace, 45-26. The JV coach for Wayne Trace, Mike Myers, a part of the Crestview coaching staff back in 2014 when the Knights won a state championship, defeats Coach Greg Rickard's squad. Greg Rickard, a longtime girls coach for Crestview, tremendous success leading the girls program, now part of the boys program under head coach Doug Etzler. Tanner Lockoff with the ball out front. Passes to his brother Brooks. Brooks from the elbow. That's a shot that you usually see go down. Defended nicely by the Knights. Here comes Tommy Hefner. To Kellen Putman on the right side. Looks inside for Sheets. Doesn't go there.
We see Kyle Stuhler's back in.
Yep.
We'll see if Crestview can get it down low. Not able to on that possession.
Jared Harding with the free throw line. Shot from the free throw line. Doesn't go. Hudson Myers with the rebound. He has the basketball right now. The Raiders, again, had that initial flurry, but it's turned into a half-court game. One of the keys is that the Raiders wanted this game to have a high pace, go up and down. And when it was like that, they were very successful. There's a turnover. The Knights look to go up and down. Stoller has to back away. Does the right thing. Rather have him on the floor and give up the bucket. Very heady play, and Jarrett Harding does get his own miss and stick it back in.
Yeah, as you were saying, this becoming a half-court game has to favor the Crestview Knights. You know, not having that fast-paced game is a good take there by Brooks Lockoff, and drew a contact on Kellen Putman, and he'll go to the free throw line.
Kellen Putman going to pick up the personal. We see Brooks Lockoff attack on the carry insurance replay. Just so tough, that first step that he has. Doesn't look like he's moving that quickly, but he's getting from point A to point B as fast as anyone in the game. And Lockoff makes the first free throw on the Lee's Famous Recipe chicken free throw line. Just his third point of the contest. And he's good on the second one. He leads this Raiders squad, he's second on the Raiders squad, 86% from the free throw line. Hayden Parrott with the basketball. Goes to Jared Harding up top.
And we see this Raider team going back to that triangle and two. And another big hit from Braxton Leith, his second three of the evening.
Yeah, our three-point sponsor, Lodex Jewelry. They're getting some action tonight, both the sponsor and the players from both squads, nailing it from outside. Leith with the three right there, his second of the game. Kyle Stoller with the ball at the elbow, the scissors cuts. He's looking to go one-on-one, pulls up on Connor Sheets, doesn't make that one, but there's Clemens with the offensive rebound. Carter Clemens did not score last night in the 61-40 victory that the Wayne Trace Raiders had over Liberty Center. He's got 4 points here in the first half tonight. Leith to Harding. Harding says, I'm going to pull up. Just a bit short. Brooks Lockoff with the rebound. See what he does with it. Surveying, probing. Kicks it to Clemens. Back out front. Good swing by the Raiders. Nothing there. Knights set the defense. Lockoff, three from the corner. Nothing but the bottom of the net for Brooks Lockoff. Another three, sponsored by Lodex Jewelry.
Yeah, you don't want to give him that amount of space. We saw Jarrett Harding a little bit too much space. And as Brooks Lockoff just stepped into that three, as we see here from the replay, another foul on this Wayne Trace team here.
Crestview doing a good job of attacking the Raider defense to draw personal fouls. That's on Tanner Lockoff. That is his second of the game. Fourth for the Raiders here in the second quarter. The Knights will be shooting 2 free throws from here on out on any foul. Hayden Parrott gives the three a look. Goes to Sheets, back to Parrott to Leith. Leith looks to penetrate. Looks like a lot of contact, no call. Coming the other way, Brooks Lockoff surveys, sees his teammate Kyle Stoller open. Hayden Parrott does a nice job of recovering. Here's Lockoff with the sidestep three, doesn't go. Ren Sheets gets the rebound, it's deflected, it's going to remain with the Knights. We saw that transition offense right there by the Raiders. Lockoff. You know, I was a little surprised statistically. Brooks does not shoot the three ball real well, but he's a gamer. I would never leave him open and say, we're going to make you prove it. He's right around 22%. I'm sure that's a number that will go up as the season progresses. Connor Sheets down, or Ren Sheets down to Connor Sheets, and they break the press and make the Raiders pay with the bucket by Connor Sheets' assist for Ren Sheets.
Yeah, first time tonight, Crestview has broken that pressure. We saw it get it into the middle of the floor. The big men finding each other, and an easy bucket there by Connor Sheets.
Cale Winans drives baseline, deflected. It goes into the hands of Brooks Lockoff. He pulls from 17, guarded by Kellen Putman. Doesn't matter. Brooks Lockoff with the 2. Picks up his 7th point of the quarter. He's heating up. 9th point overall here in the first half.
And Crestview find themselves in a difficult spot here. Lucky to come away with the ball.
And Hayden Parrott gets all the way to the basket. So the Raiders had a trap. The ball did get out of that trap either by Braxton Leith finding a teammate or just squirting out because of the deflections by the Raiders. But Hayden Parrott attacks the rim. 45 seconds remaining in the quarter. Cale Winans with the basketball.
And I think Wayne Trace was a little surprised that Hayden Parrott took it all the way to the rim, thought he was going to pass it out, and he continued to the basket and made the layup to cut this lead to 2 points. And as we see Wayne Trace here deciding to just hold the ball for that last shot of the half.
And the reason they're doing this is not that they would typically do it, but it's because they have 3 guys on the floor with 2 fouls.
Yeah, absolutely. Want to protect, especially having Kyle Stoller with those 2 fouls. Don't want to pick up anything silly here, but got it into Brooks Lockoff, the man you want with the ball in his hands.
They're running the set now, looking for Brooks Lockoff. He's got the basketball, guarded by Kellen Putman, gets it off, doesn't score, and that's going to take us to halftime. We got ourselves a good one, Josiah. It's the Raiders 28, Crestview 26. You're watching it all right here on WOSN. Welcome back to Crestview High School, where it's halftime, and our score reads Wayne Trace 28, Crestview 26, and tonight's scoreboard sponsor is brought to you by Critton Aerial Applications. Critton Aerial Applications provide you with custom liquid and granular crop applications, all from our innovative drone system. Check out our videos and further information on our Facebook page, Critton Aerial Applications. It's a rivalry game, Josiah. 2 tradition-rich programs. This Wayne Trace team, they made it all the way to the regional championship game last year, falling to OG in double overtime. The Crestview Knights, tradition-rich as well. They made it all the way to the state championship game, finishing as state runners-up to Richmond Heights. We've got a good one here tonight. What do the stats show up to this point, Josiah?
Yes, we look at our visiting team here. Brooks Lockoff had a big second quarter, scored 7 points, has 9 points for the half. Kyle Stoller has 8 points to be the second leading scorer on the night so far. We look at their turnovers, only had 3 turnovers in that first half, shot 3 for 4 from the free throw line, was 3 for 6 from beyond the arc. As we look at the home Crestview Knights, led by Kellen Putman and Braxton Leith, both hit 2 big threes in the first half to keep this game close. Ren Sheets has 5, the leading scorer for this Crestview Knights team. Only 2 turnovers, so did a really good job of handling the pressure of this Wayne Trace Raiders team. You know, shot 4 for 8 from the 3, so both teams coming and shooting 50% from behind the arc.
We reviewed the stats just like the coaches do. The first thing they talk about are what are the stats showing from the first half, and then they go with adjustments. What do you think Coach Etzler and Coach Linder are going to look to adjust in this 2-point game?
Well, I think Coach Linder will want his guys to push the tempo. As we talked about, one of the keys, see if they can get some easy buckets. We saw them jump out early in the first quarter, got some of those easy buckets, and then Crestview settled in with their defense, forcing a half-court game. And for this Crestview Knights, you know, just got to keep taking care of the ball. They did a really good job eliminating some of those quick runouts by this Wayne Trace team. So see if they can continue to maintain some poise on the offensive end.
Crestview definitely has the game more in a half-court set, and Coach Etzler's got to be pleased with that. This Raider offense, again, it can be volatile in the sense that you're in a 2-point game, and the next thing you know, you look at the scoreboard, you're down 12. Crestview's defense has not allowed that to happen tonight, and Wayne Trace being very patient on their first possession here of the third quarter. Hudson Myers with the ball in the left corner, looks to penetrate on Jared Harding, gets to the rim, doesn't score, gets his own rebound. Doesn't connect, but he draws the foul. And you got to give a little bit of love on the Carry Insurance replay to Carter Clements. We see him come in here, Josiah, and just get a hand on the ball, which then allows Myers to try and get a second attempt and draw contact.
Yeah, and Crestview, we saw in that first half, did a really good job of boxing out, limiting the second opportunities, but another opportunity for this Wayne Trace Raiders team as Hudson Myers collects his shot, puts it up, gets some contact, and knocks down the first free throw.
Hudson Myers on the Lee's famous recipe chicken free throw line where home style happens here. 1 for 2 for Myers, the leading free throw shooter for the Raiders at 88%. And Crestview has the basketball. Jared Harding looks inside. Crestview wants to get Ren Sheets going a little bit more. The leading scorer for the Knights. He's got it right here. Double team, triple team. Takes it through it and does finish as number 33 for the Knights. Ren Sheets picks up his second field goal of the game. Carter Clemens again, nice penetration. Tanner Lockoff goes back to Clemens. They're playing a two-man game in the paint, but just too much white shirt. There are too many white shirts, not able to connect. It goes out of bounds. Crestview gets the basketball, going to go against this 2-2-1 press again.
Well, I think Crestview has to continue to get the ball into Ren Sheets. We saw Kyle Stoller have 2 fouls in that first half. Did a good job not picking up that third, but we'll see if they can try to get that third on him early here and force Coach Linder to make some decisions on how he's going to play against this Crestview team.
Yeah, you can talk about defense on the floor all you want, but when you can get one of the opponent's leading scorers in foul trouble and make him go to the bench, that's the best defense out there. But here comes Stoller with the basketball off the turnover. Looks at the three, attacks the rim, and dishes to his teammate. Number 22, Carter Clemens, picks up another bucket, give the assist to Kyle Stoller. There's that transition offense for the Raiders off the turnover. You got to take care of the basketball against this Raider D because they'll transition on you in a hurry with live ball turnovers. The Knights turn it over again. The only positive, it's a dead ball turnover.
Yeah, and 2 turnovers and 2 possessions for this Crestview team. You know, that's the thing they have to limit. They got to use every possession they can get. As you said, this Wayne Trace offense can score in bunches. So we got to make sure they're keeping pace, taking care of the ball. And as you said, the only positive was it was done out of bounds.
Wayne Trace attacks the basket again. Tanner Lockoff comes up empty. Kellen Putman in transition. Connor Sheets from 15. Didn't quite have his hands underneath the basketball there for that shot. Goes wide right. Here comes Brooks Lockoff. He's going to pull from the top of the free throw line. He doesn't score. It's loose. Back in the hands of Lockoff. It always seems to go his way with loose balls. He finds Hudson Myers. He can't finish from behind the arc. Connor Sheets with the rebound. And the Raiders looking to try and steal one on the front court. Can't come away with it. Tommy Hefner sets things up, looking for Sheets inside, and that's going to be a foul. And Carter Clemens, he even shook his head. Yeah, I got him right here. So we see it on the Carry Insurance replay. Josiah, it's reversed. Ren Sheets trying to post up. I got him that time, says Carter Clemens. I'll take the personal.
Yeah, really a smart foul there by Carter Clemens. Didn't really have any help side on the back, so if the ball would have got into Ren Sheets' hands, you know, there's a good opportunity for him to get 2 easy ones. So, you know, like to call that a good foul.
Yeah. Carter Clemens picks up his second in the game. First for the Raiders here in the third quarter. Out of the out of bounds set. The Raiders looking to be in a box and 1 or just a straight 2-3 zone now, but Carter Clemens paying a lot of attention to Ren Sheets in the paint. Braxton Leith with the ball. Out to Hayden Parrott. He up fakes, penetrates, back to Leith. Hudson Myers gets a deflection there. Might have got a little bit of arm, but no call. Kyle Stoller with the ball. Turnover on the Knights. Tanner Lockoff brings it out top. Crestview playing man-to-man. Good hedge by Ren Sheets. Hudson Myers in the corner looking at Kyle Stoller. Mismatch with Braxton Leith on him height-wise. Leith pretty strong, though, as far as that department's concerned. Lockoff Tanner style with the three, doesn't go. The Raiders, good hustle, keeps it alive. Carter Clemens again being a glue guy out here on the floor for the Raiders. Kyle Stoller with the miss. And this time, we've got contact. Which way's this foul going to go? We're going to see Carter Clemens again with excellent hustle. They're going to call Hayden Parrott for going underneath him on that foul, Josiah.
Yeah, thought the officials might go the other way. It looked like Hayden Parrott did a good job of boxing out, but the officials thought a little bit maybe too aggressive going underneath the jumping Carter Clemens, and another opportunity for this Wayne Trace Raiders offense.
Law of verticality on the rebounding situation. You got to let the guy be able to come down, but there's a turnover. Jared Harding comes up with it from Hayden Parrott. Being doubled, there's contact.
Yeah,
so
we'll
on the carry,
here on this replay, Wayne Trace trying to double off of that turnover, but Brooks Lockoff getting a little bit too aggressive reaching in there, and one of those opportunities probably could have just stood straight up and make it difficult for Jarrett Harding to get out of that pressure, but a foul and an opportunity now for Crestview to get a sub in here and run a play on offense.
Brooks Lockoff, the leading theft master for Wayne Trace at 22 steals coming into the game. Tried to get one there, just too aggressive, draws the foul. Kellen Putman over to Hayden Parrott on the left side. Looking at the defense for Wayne Trace, trying to decipher what they're in. Braxton Leith is wide open, doesn't score, but Ren Sheets had the rebound. It's taken away. Hudson Myers with the basketball, looking to go coast to coast, LA to Boston. Doesn't convert, gets his own rebound, shoots it again. And there's Carter Clemens again. Great hustle, but the Knights have the basketball. Hayden Parrott looking to attack. And he draws the personal foul on Tanner Lockoff. I believe it's going to be on number 5. We see it on the Carry Insurance replay. That's Lockoff's third personal in the game, third for the Raiders in the third quarter.
Yeah, Tanner Lockoff will now come sit on the bench for a little bit of time here, I imagine for the remainder of this third quarter here, as Wayne Trace continues in that 3-2-2-3 zone. All right, there, look. See who they call this on. This could be on Kyle Stoller.
It is, and for Stoller, that's going to be his third. Excellent ball movement via the pass by the Knights right there, and then Braxton Leith attacks. Misses that first free throw, does Leith, from the Lee's famous recipe chicken free throw line. He'll have another one. Looking to cut the Raider lead to 2. Eyes flies, hits that one, Josiah. So 1 for 2 for Leith, and he's going to come out of the game. Tommy Hefner back in. Ball hawking, that's a technique, a style of play where you're looking to get after the basketball, reaching in, but you're doing it so quickly it's hard for the officials to call the foul. And if you do it quite often, they just don't call all of them. Again, another piece that I think the Raiders are very good at tonight and have been throughout program history. Cale Winans with the basketball, penetrates baseline, finds Carter Clemens on the opposite block. He draws contact from Connor Sheets, and that's Connor Sheets' first foul of the game according to my scorebook, and that's what our Critton aerial application scoreboard says as well. Connor Sheets' first foul, Crestview's third in the quarter. Carter Clemens at the Lee's famous recipe chicken free throw line. Comes up empty on the first one. He's got another one. He's only shot 3 free throws total on the year now. And the way he's hustled out there, I'm very surprised at that number.
Yeah, I've been very impressed with his effort tonight. We saw that big save that he made going into his own bench earlier and just been on the offensive and defensive glass for this Wayne Trace Raiders team. Continues to be that effort player, that glue player for this team.
So Wayne Trace in the 2-3 zone. There's Brooks Lockoff. Those long arms, he can get in the passing lane. It's One-handed jelly over the rim for Brooks Lockoff. That's a steal and a bucket. That's what he can do, and he can do it in a hurry. The Knights have to be much more secure with their passes. He tried to step out there again, right there. Lockoff again, long arm, very skilled, reads the game. You got to know where he's at when you're passing the basketball around in your half-court offense. The Knights get it inside. Ren Sheets with the bucket. Give the assist to Connor Sheets. And we still have a 2-point game with Brooks Lockoff going hard to the hole. Ren Sheets with the block. Wayne Trace maintains possession. Lockoff reading the situation, probing, looking to attack. Jared Harding on him defensively. Lockoff says, Harding, I'm going to let you win that battle. Pulls it out.
Yeah, and that layup on the steal for Brooks Lockoff, only his second point here in the second half. Scored 7 points in that second quarter, now has 11 on the evening, but that was only his first basket here in the second half.
But Brooks lets the game come to him, and he knows when he needs to take control. And right now he has his whole team involved offensively, and you got to give credit to Crestview's defense as well. Jared Harding almost face-guarding Lockoff right there. Myers attacks the rim. Ren Sheets with the block. With 28 seconds left in the third quarter, we have some substitutions for both squads. It's going to be Raider basketball underneath.
Yeah, Ren Sheets showing a little bit of his athletic ability on the defensive end. 2 blocks there. Quick bucket pass into Brooks Lockoff as he uses that height, goes over top, and an easy 2 points.
Got to make more contact with the offensive player before the ball is handed to the inbounder there. Crestview doesn't. Brooks Lockoff makes him pay. Nice pass from his brother Tanner Lockoff. Hefner sees Leaf down low, but he's unable to maintain possession. Lockoff looking for the deep three. Good look, doesn't go. Who's the rebound? None other than Carter Clemens, but the shot by Stoller, not before the buzzer. And our third quarter, it's a 2-point win as far as the third quarter is concerned for the Raiders. They extend the lead to 4. We're going to go to the fourth quarter. You're watching it all right here on WOSN. Tonight's free throw sponsors, Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken in Lima, Wapak, Delphus, and St. Mary's. Call Lee's for all your catering needs. Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken, where homestyle happens here. Again, those 4 spots, Lima, Wapak, Delphus, and St. Mary's. I've been to 3, Josiah. I got to get to St. Mary's to finish it off. That third quarter, a defensive battle, if you will. A 7-5 win for the Raiders. So the tempo, the way Crestview wants it, but Wayne Trace still wins the quarter overall, Josiah.
Yeah, we saw Crestview, 3 turnovers there in that third quarter, 3 in a row that really slowed down their attack. They found a lot of success when they got the ball into Ren Sheets, and we saw him on the offense and the defensive side of the ball making his presence known. But it's Brooks Lockoff with a steal, made another bucket off of an out-of-bounds play. Just really that defensive pressure on both sides showing out in that third quarter. We'll see what adjustments the coaches make here going into the fourth.
Lockoff with 4 points in the quarter, leads all scorers with 13. Ren Sheets gets 2 buckets. They try to go with the lob play on the backside with the screen. Doesn't happen. The Raiders get the turnover, but then they hand it right back to the Knights with a turnover of their own.
Yeah,
Hudson Myers.
Yeah, it looked like Hudson Myers lost the ball as he was trying to pass it to Brooks Lockoff. Really an unforced turnover there. Opportunity now for Crestview to come back out, see if they can cut into this 4-point lead.
They go to Connor Sheets, right back to Tommy Hefner. Good look from 3, but he comes up short. Kyle Stoller with the rebound. Again, the Raiders bringing it up with a pace that says we're going to set it up in the half court. We're going to need to execute. Coach Linder was concerned about going against the big bodies of Crestview, but his team has handled it well, and Carter Clemens has been a spark plug going against the Connor and Ren Sheets of the world. Brooks Lockoff again surveying. He's the quarterback out there getting things set up, and a great quarterback he is. Again, the Ohio Dominican recruit, leads all scorers right now with 13 points. Ball's in his hands, looking to attack on Putman. Stops on a dime, up and under. Brooks Lockoff doing what Brooks Lockoff does. Scores the first bucket here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, just showed his poise there on the floor. He did a great shot fake for the bucket here. And Crestview kind of going cold from the three-point line. Had some big threes early on in this game. Haven't hit one since.
Yeah, flare screen right there for Kellen Putman. Comes up empty. Had a good look. Big possession both ways right here in the early part of the fourth quarter. 6 and change remaining. The Raiders with a chance to extend this lead. Brooks Lockoff looking to take over, and he is. Another bucket for Brooks Lockoff. And Coach Doug Etzler is going to take his second timeout of the game. We'll take a timeout as well. Brooks Lockoff, 2 buckets here in the early part of the fourth quarter, extends it to 8, and you're seeing it all right here on WOSN. Welcome back to Crestview High School, where Coach Doug Etzler takes a timeout with the Raiders pushing the lead to 8, 39-31. And we want to recognize Lodex Jewelry as our 3-point sponsor tonight. Lodex Jewelry is located in Van Wert and offers a wide variety of beautiful earrings, sparkling diamond rings, watches, name brand sunglasses, and more for that special someone on your Christmas list. Crestview with the basketball. Down 8, a crucial possession for them. They go to their man, Ren Sheets, but he draws 3, and that leaves Connor Sheets wide open. Jared Harding with the assist. Connor Sheets with the bucket to take the lead back to 6. And we had a foul called against Carter Clemens. See if we might have an opportunity to pick that up on our Carry Insurance replay, but it was after the shot. We don't have that, so we're going to – Crestview gets the bucket and the ball, so a chance to score, have a 4-point possession, maybe a 5 if you drill on Lodex Jewelry 3, going against this zone defense. Again, the focus for the Knights right now, pass the ball with precision, and look for Ren Sheets. He down inside. Got to get him moving around. Raiders in a 2-3 zone now, with Myers and Tanner Lockoff out high. Connor Sheets with the ball in the dead spot. Says nobody's going to guard me, I'll shoot it. It's a good look, but it doesn't go, and we're going to have a foul down here again against the Raiders. Josiah, it looks like you might have picked that one up.
Yeah, it looked like we got a shove, 2-hand shove as Ren Sheets was trying to get to the ball. Official saw it on the backside.
That foul's on Brooks Lockoff, his second in the game, team's second here in the fourth quarter. So the Knights with a chance again to have a 4 or 5 point possession after scoring a field goal and having a foul called after the ball went through the net. Maintain possession on the second foul called on the Raiders. Moving the ball against this zone defense. Looking to penetrate gaps. Hayden Parrott with the ball up top. There they get it into Ren Sheets. Good patience, and he scores. And Carter Clemens picks up the personal. That's his third, team's third. And you got to give the guards for Crestview some credit right here, because sometimes patience is hard to maintain in this situation, and they did a good job of working the ball around and then finding Ren Sheets, who scores, draws the foul, and goes to the Lee's famous recipe chicken free throw line and converts.
Yeah, a great pass there by Hayden Parrott, finding Ren Sheets, and the timing of it was perfect as Ren Sheets was gaining position down low, and he was able to catch it in stride, go up strong and draw contact from Carter Clemens. And, you know, as you said, a big play there, a 5-point swing to get them right back into this game.
Tanner Lockoff goes to Carter Clemens. He's being aggressive offensively, but Ren Sheets gets the block. Hayden Parrott with the basketball. Brooks Lockoff was coming behind looking to take that one away, knock it away, deflect it, unable to do so. Crestview looks to go inside, but the Raider defense understands that thought as well. Kyle Stoller with the steal. Brooks Lockoff with the basketball, looking to attack. He's got 3 on him, and he draws a personal. And it's a satirical applause from the Raider contingent, as that is the first foul against the Knights here in the fourth quarter. And that's going to go against Kellen Putman, his third. Under out of bounds for the Raiders. Again, Brooks Lockoff looking to take this game over a little bit here in the fourth quarter. 3-point game. The Raiders have been in the lead throughout the contest. Knights not able to get over the hump. They've tied it a couple times, but have not taken a lead. Tanner Lockoff. Hudson Myers down to Kyle Stoller. Does a nice job. Unable to finish. Good post play, but doesn't get the bucket. Jared Harding with the rebound. Brooks Lockoff looking to get a steal. Knights have numbers. Kellen Putman for 3. It's long, but Braxton Leith is going to get the rebound on the backside. Splits the double. Gets it to Ren Sheets. He passes to Kellen Putman. Excellent passing by the Knights. Putman with the bucket. Sheets, Ren style, with the assist. It's a 1-point game with 3 minutes and 5 seconds to go. Just what I expected. And now the chess match begins. Coach Linder going to take a timeout. We'll take one as well. It's a 1-point game between these Paulding and Van Wert County rivals. And you're watching it all on WOSN. Tonight's instant replay sponsor is Carey Insurance in Grover Hill, proudly investing in our youth programs and our communities. Josiah, Coach Linder takes that timeout, up 1 point with 3:04, trying to stem the momentum a little bit that has gone Crestview's way.
Yeah, and we've seen just some hustle plays by this Crestview team, getting some stops on the defensive end, some offensive rebounds, some unselfish passing that we saw on that last possession. Ren Sheets finding his teammate for an easy bucket to cut this to a 1-point game. And I'm sure Coach Linder drawing up something, seeing if they can get Brooks Lockoff the ball here as we see him driving to the rim.
He does get to the rim. Kellen Putman guards him, and Connor Sheets rotates over. Putman comes out of there with the rebound. Contact, and Ren Sheets with the two-handed jelly flush dunk off the miss. And the Knights take their first lead of the game. Brooks Lockoff.
Ren Sheets just running the floor right down the middle. Puts it with the 2-hand, and then a shot there as he gets the rebound. Ren Sheets goes up strong and gets some contact.
We're going to see that replay as Kellen Putman comes down the left side. The left-hander with the left-handed layup misses, but Ren Sheets right there. Johnny on the spot, runs the floor, as you said, Josiah. And then we have a foul at the other end on Carter Clements. That's his 5th. He's going to have to leave the game. He has had a big impact on this game that has nothing to do with scoring the basketball. The Raiders are going to miss him out there.
Yeah, because he was doing a good job defending Ren Sheets on the defensive side, giving Kyle Stoller kind of the freedom to roam. And we get another foul, which I believe that will be number 5. Should see the Knights going to the free throw line here.
The foul is on number 3, I believe, for the Raiders. That's Hudson Parrott. That's his 4th. And you're right, Connor Sheets, he's going to go to the Lee's famous recipe chicken free throw line, where he is a 60% free throw shooter. These are big. The first one in and out. Connor Sheets, the 6'5 senior, averages 7 points per game, has 4 in the contest thus far, steps back up there and hits nothing but cotton on the second one. Knights with a 2-point lead with 2:05 to go. Tanner Lockoff with the basketball. Cale Winans with it now. Brooks Lockoff wants the basketball. Kellen Putman's guarding him. Good length both ways. Putman with long arms. Lockoff with long arms. Brooks turns the corner, and Putman's going to pick up the personal. I believe that's going to be his 4th. But for Knight fans, the positive, it's only the second team foul for Crestview. So the Raiders have the basketball. Kyle Stoller with it. Brooks Lockoff. It's going to be in his hands the majority of the time, Josiah, as we go down to the wire. Running the show. Clears it out. It's Lockoff. Putman. The scoreboard says Putman only has 2 fouls, so I may be way off on that one. We'll see what happens as this continues to unfold. Lockoff stops, pops from the elbow. There's that shot that I have watched him make throughout his career. Ties it up at 41. Defense can do nothing about that one.
No, he found the spot where he wanted to get to on that elbow, just pulled up. That smooth shot that he has, knocks it down to now tie this ball game. We'll see. Crestview's kind of gone a little bit smaller. Do we have a turnover here? Yes, we do.
Connor Sheets double teamed when the ball was entered into him, and he tried to bang it off a leg, but he stepped out of bounds first. 58 seconds. Will the Raiders look to hold it for this minute? Coach Linder's not going to use a timeout. He has some in his back pocket if he needs them. Lockoff with the basketball. The captain, the general, he goes left this time, misses that one. And Crestview gets the rebound via Connor Sheets. Hayden Parrott, let's see if Coach Etzler decides to play it out or use a timeout. Looks like he's going to let him play. Hayden Parrott looking to penetrate, kicks it back out to Jared Harding. 25 seconds. Coach Etzler's going to call a timeout, a great decision on his part. And at this point in time, we'll take a timeout with him. You're watching tied up basketball between the Knights and the Raiders, 41 apiece on WOSN. Welcome back to Crestview and the Ray Etzler Gymnasium. It's 41-41 with 26.8 seconds to go. And Josiah, it may come down to free throws. And we want to thank our free throw sponsor, Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken. Located in Lima, Wapak, Delphus, and St. Mary's, call Lee's for all your catering needs. Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken, where home style happens here. So, Josiah, what's Coach Etzler drawing up here?
Yeah, well, you want to get the ball in the Ren Sheets' hands. Any way you can. Try to find him down low. I'm sure Wayne Trace is going to come out with some pressure here, try to force a turnover. But if they foul, these Knights go to the free throw line. Past that 5-foul limit here. So they kind of got to be smart here. Don't foul, but pressure Crestview. Don't allow any easy plays to go into the post, into Ren Sheets' hands. We'll see how it comes down. Yeah,
you got to play solid defense. As a coach, sometimes you feel a little helpless because you got to let your defense do the job out there, but you have a lot of things going against you. You don't have the ball, you can't foul, and Crestview wants to get it into their big man, but it looks like the Knights are going to be able to play it for a last shot and either win it or go to overtime. Hayden Parrott with the basketball. We're down to 10 seconds. Goes to Harding on the left side. Flare screen for Parrott. He's wide open, and he airballs it deep. It goes out of bounds with 1.5 seconds. It was a good look for the sophomore. Good flare screen. And now will Coach Linder take a timeout? He is going to take a timeout. He's got to go the distance with 1.5 seconds to go. Tied up. So Crestview, they had the possession there going against the zone defense. Parrott had the ball up front. He's involved with the possession. They flare screen it to him. Just didn't come up with it. Asking a lot for the sophomore in that situation, but he's been playing well for the Knights. It was a good look.
Yeah, absolutely. You couldn't ask for anything else. An open shot with about 5 seconds to go. Just left it a little long there on the shot. But, yeah, as a coach, you're looking for that open shot instead of forcing one. Now 1.5 seconds to go. Wayne Trace, see if they have that play. Practice throughout the season. Do they have that quick shot? I imagine trying to find Brooks Lockoff would be the best option for this Raiders team, but we'll see what they draw up here.
So if you're Crestview, do you allow the ball to be inbounded back towards the baseline where it's being inbounded here to go the length, or do you try and deny? 1.5 seconds, you do have some fouls to give here as well, but it's almost a catch-and-shoot situation for the Raiders. The last thing you'd want to do is foul on a shot attempt.
Yeah, I think you try to just let them catch it as far away from the basket as possible if they take a long shot. But what you don't want is them to be running to get that momentum going forward to at least get an opportunity to shoot it towards the rim.
Red Sheets is going to stay deep for the Knights. Connor Sheets on the ball. Number 14 for the Raiders takes a look. It looked good from this angle. That was Tyson Gerber. We're going to go to overtime. It's 41-41, Knights and Raiders. It's been a great game, and we've got some free basketball, and you're watching it all right here on WOSN. Tonight's scoreboard sponsors brought to you by Critton Aerial Applications. Critton Aerial Applications provide you with custom liquid and granular crop applications, all from our innovative drone system. Check out our videos and further information on our Facebook page, Critton Aerial Applications. We appreciate their sponsorship, Josiah. They started with a 0-0. Critton Aerial Applications has got us tied at 41. We're going to period number 5, 4-minute overtime. Another chapter in this storied rivalry between the Knights and the Raiders.
Yeah, big quarter there by Brooks Lockoff. Really led his team. Had 19 points here in all the first 4 quarters. As I said, we get some extra basketball here now. We'll see if those fouls come into play, though. Still 5 fouls over the limit for this Wayne Trace Raiders team. Crestview only had 2 fouls there in the 4th quarter, so have a couple to give, but first possession goes to the Raiders.
Kyle Stoller wins the tip. The general with the basketball, Brooks Lockoff. Going to get his team in position. He has been looking to go one-on-one from this right side. Kellen Putman with the defense. Hedged by Connor Sheets. Cale Winans with the basketball now. Crestview looking to try and keep the ball out of Brooks' hands once he gives it up, but man, just tough to do. He's so quick, he can stop and reverse on a dime as we see it right there. Putman guarding him. Very mature Brooks Lockoff, under control. What a treasure for his head coach, Jim Linder. He's going to make great decisions. Goes to Tanner Lockoff to Kyle Stoller. Tanner with the basketball again. Crestview playing that man-to-man defense. Hayden Parrott on Tanner Lockoff. Here comes Brooks. He gets by Putman a little bit. Connor Sheets rotates over, does a nice job. Here comes Lockoff. Jared Harding with the defense. And Harding's going to be called for the foul. We see it on the Carry Insurance replay. Lockoff reverses direction. Harding rotates over, probably just needed to stay on the floor and wall up. Might have been able to draw a charge in that situation, but the contact occurs, and it goes Lockoff's way. Again, Lockoff, the second leading free throw shooter on this Raiders squad at 86%. Nothing but the bottom of the net on the first one. He's got another one to go. Gives the Raiders the lead with their first possession here in overtime. Second one is up on the Lee's Famous Recipe chicken free throw line. Lockoff 2 for 2, giving 21 in the game.
Yeah, we saw Wayne Trace take a minute 9 off of the clock there just on that one possession. Did a really good job of being patient, getting it to their man, Brooks Lockoff, exactly where they want it. Hayden Parrott there had a wide open shot, not able to knock it down.
Hayden Parrott with the good look against the 2-3 zone. Wayne Trace so cognizant of where Ren Sheets is. Parrott with the good look, doesn't score it. Again, Brooks Lockoff with the basketball. Coach Linder hollers something out to him. He hands it off to Kyle Stoller. Winans with the screen, going high, ball screen and roll, and there's going to be a reach. Not a shooting foul, though, as we see it on the Carry Insurance replay.
Yeah, as we see Hayden Parrott reaching in on Kyle Stoller, drawing the foul there. Only the 4th foul here in overtime. One more, and they'll be shooting 2.
Cale Winans with the basketball. Takes a look at the basket, doesn't shoot it. Hudson Myers with the basketball. We talked about the support players stepping up for the Raiders. They have done so tonight, but when it comes down to crunch time, you're going to see Brooks Lockoff and Kyle Stoller getting the majority of the looks. Tanner Lockoff to Cale Winans. Brooks with the basketball, tightly guarded by Kellen Putman. The Knights need a turnover or a missed shot and a rebound. Winans. Lock off, Tanner style. It's just a situation now where Crestview might need to be deciding on who they want to foul. And this is a guy you don't want to foul. Brooks Lockoff, the senior leader for this Raider basketball squad. Goes to the rim, goes up against Ren Sheets. Sheets blocks it, but goes right back to Brooks. Like we said earlier, loose balls seem to find their way to him. That's one that does right there.
Wayne Trace has had the possession for the majority of this overtime. Not in any hurry here. Crestview's got to figure out a way to gain another possession here without fouling.
Lockoff attacking the rim, doesn't get it. It's loose. Hayden Parrott comes out of there with it. He's going against the Raider defense, 1-4. Goes up and down, just a little out of control. Hayden Parrott with the turnover. We see it here on the Carry Insurance replay. Does everything right. Just 1-on-4 there. And that, when he understood that it was not in his odds, it was too late. And Coach Linder, he's going to call timeout. First timeout in the overtime. We'll take one as well. The Raiders with a 2-point lead with 45 seconds. It's high school basketball on WOSN. Tonight's three-point sponsor is Lodex Jewelry in Van Wert. Lodex Jewelry offers a wide variety of beautiful earrings, sparkling diamond rings, watches, name brand sunglasses, and more for that special someone on your Christmas list. We had 7 threes in the first half, split between the two squads. None in the second half. It's turned into a half-court Donnybrook, and the three-point line has been absent as far as scoring from that distance here in the second half, but the Raiders with a 2-point lead, and it's a deflection as the Knights go with the full court pressure, Josiah. And I like the full court pressure, and I think Crestview's got to look to trap if and when the ball's inbounded.
Yeah, it's really been the Brooks Lockoff show here in this second half and the overtime. No other Raider has scored here in the last 5 or 6 minutes of combination of the overtime and this fourth quarter. So a foul here, but not the man you want to foul as he steps to the line, already making 4 free throws on the night.
Hayden Parrott picks up the personal, his 4th. That does put Crestview at the 5-foul limit for the fourth quarter and overtime. So Brooks Lockoff is going to go to the free throw line again. 86% free throw shooter. He is 4 for 4 from the Lee's Famous Recipe free throw line tonight. And a rare miss for Lockoff as he misses that first one.
On to make it still a one-possession game for the Knights.
Misses them both. So 0 for 2, the disguised turnover. The Raider faithful totally surprised by Brooks Lockoff's misses. It happens, they're high school kids. The Knights with the basketball, chance to tie or go ahead with the 3. Jared Harding in the dead spot against that 2-3 zone of the Raiders. They don't want to let Ren Sheets find anything. Kellen Putman, double team, kicks it out to Parrott. Parrott over to Braxton Leith, down to 18 seconds. Leith with the basketball again, kicks it out to Parrott. Coach Etzler not going to call timeout. Doesn't need to. Finds Ren Sheets. Give the assist to Parrott. 5 seconds. Brooks Lockoff, he's not going to give this up. Going to give himself a look deep from 3. And it's blocked by Kellen Putman. What do you say? Let's have some more free basketball, Josiah. 43-43. Double overtime.
And what composure by this Crestview team to find Ren Sheets on that pass. He goes up strong, nobody there to contest him, ties this ball game, and great defense on the other end by the Knights to not let Brooks have an easy shot, and we go into the second overtime.
I love what you said about the great composure from the Crestview guards to be patient and find Ren Sheets. We've seen some of that youth show itself here for Crestview down the stretch, but not on that particular possession. They did a nice job of finding him, and then as you said, the defense stemmed the tide because Brooks Lockoff, the ball's in his hands. He's a threat from anywhere, and unable to come up with the bucket. Are the Raiders? We're going to double overtime. Are you having fun?
Oh, I'm excited. What a great game between these two rivals. You know, we couldn't expect anything less out of a game. Going to this second overtime, you know, just some good basketball. Not great shooting from beyond the arc, as you said. No threes here past the first half, but both teams being physical, taking care of the ball, making big shots and big plays when they need it. So we'll see here another 4 minutes here into this second overtime.
Yeah, it was one field goal for each team in that overtime, but again, patience by Wayne Trace. Crestview's defense stemmed the tide, and here we go. Let's do it all again. Stoller and Sheets in the circle. Stoller gets the tip again. Tanner Lockoff with the basketball. Brings it out top. Cale Winans with the ball. Surveying the Crestview defense. Kyle Stoller. Kellen Putman again trying to do what he can to keep Brooks Lockoff from getting the ball, and when he does, far away from the basket. Ren Sheets with the hedge. Stoller down to Cale Winans. Stoller looking good from three. Takes the shot. Doesn't score it. And Crestview comes away with the rebound. So for the first time in either overtime, Crestview with a chance to take the lead. 2-3 zone from the Raiders again. Kellen Putman from the Loudix three doesn't go. But what happens so often in a zone defense, sometimes you don't check out. Connor Sheets, number 44 for the Knights, gets the field goal, and Jim Linder's going to take a timeout with 3:01 to play in our second overtime. We'll take a timeout as well. You're watching it all on WOSN, and because it's a 30-second timeout, we're going to stay. We'll follow the lead of that lead official, Scott Nurse, who says we're going with a 30, not a full. The players are standing. Josiah Crestview with the bucket.
Yeah, and as you said, that often happens, those rebounds out of a zone. Connor Sheets just in the right spot at the right time, doesn't even come down, just goes up and puts the ball back in. You know, on that first possession from Wayne Trace, it looked like Brooks Lockoff was kind of surprised he had time.
Yeah.
The first time all night, he hesitated, and then the shot went long there. But Crestview coming back, getting an open shot of their own. But then Connor Sheets, as we said, in that right place, grabs the rebound, goes right back up, now has a 2-point lead. I imagine Brooks Lockoff going to run something for him here now. Got to get him going. It's really been quiet from that supporting cast that we talked about as one of the keys. Nobody else really stepping up for this Wayne Trace team. It's been all Lockoff here in this second half and overtime.
Yeah, Lockoff, and we might see a little bit of a pick and roll with Brooks and Kyle Stoller, but you're right, that supporting cast, if they can get a bucket here, that could really switch momentum. Lockoff with the basketball, swings it back over. Stoller looking inside, nothing there. Brooks with the basketball again. And you're right, he did hesitate on that three. He hasn't been that wide open all night. But there's a steal. Connor Sheets steps up again here in overtime. Crestview with the basketball. Hayden Parrott trying to get the offense set. And the Raiders are still in the zone, but now they're matching up man-to-man with 2:25 to go. Tanner Lockoff on Hayden Parrott. Parrott looking inside, and there's going to be a foul called. Foul called on number 3, I believe, as we see here on the Carry Insurance replay. An off-the-ball foul on Hudson Myers. I believe that is his 4th. And Connor Sheets, again, 1 for 2 on the line in this game, can make a big statement if he can drop both of these. Drills the first one, the 60% free throw shooter. 2 for 3 on the night, looking to go 3 for 4 with his second attempt from the Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken free throw line. He eyes it, he flies it, he scores it. The Knights with their biggest lead of the night of 4 points. Brooks Lockoff with the basketball, hands it off to his brother Tanner. The Raiders running that half-court set. There's not been any transition buckets for a long time. Hardly at all in this half. And Connor Sheets busts through the screen, and he's going to pick up the personal. And in a game that we've had 2 overtimes and a lot of fouls called, Connor Sheets just picks up his second. That's going to put Kyle Stoller at the free throw line. He drills the first one. Just like last year, this game went down to the wire with Crestview scoring a bucket at the buzzer to win at Wayne Trace. Kyle Stoller drills them both. The 64% free throw shooter makes good on both of those. It's the 2-2-1 press by the Raiders. Kellen Putman back to Jared Harding. The Knights need to get it across the timeline. And Doug Etzler's trying to call timeout, and he does get it. So Coach Etzler uses his 4th timeout of the game. We'll take one as well. 47-45 Knights, 1:56 to go in double overtime here on WOSA. Welcome back to Crestview High School in the Ray Etzler Gymnasium. Tonight's 3-point sponsor is Loddix Jewelry and Fan Wert. Loddix Jewelry offers a wide variety of beautiful earrings, sparkling diamond rings, watches, name brand sunglasses, and more for that special someone on your Christmas list. Loddix Jewelry, our 3-point sponsor. Coach Etzler gets that timeout, close to a 10-second call. Then they got it across half, and the Raiders had it trapped. A good timeout for the Knights.
Yeah, I thought Coach Etzler was going to run to the opposing bench to try to get that timeout. He saw that his players were in trouble, and a good call.
Kellen Putman gets the inbound pass from Jared Harding. Hayden Parrott running the point for the Knights. The Raiders in man-to-man now. The Knights will look to go into Ren Sheets, I think, right away against this man-to-man, but Sheets has got to make himself available. Kyle Stoller guarding him. Jarrett Harding with the curl cut. The Knights being patient, up 2. Buck 30 left in this double overtime. Hayden Parrott loses control a little bit, able to maintain possession. Again, the Knights, Ren Sheets needs to make himself available here, Josiah.
Yeah, we're starting to see kind of what Wayne Trace started that first overtime with, is just taking their time, slowing the game down. Already used about 25 seconds here since the timeout, so in no hurry. We talked about a couple times, Crestview, when they need it, has had the composure then to find Sheets. We'll see if they can do it again.
Well, up 2 now. It's almost like they're waiting for the Raiders to foul them. Hayden Parrott, soft penetration. Kellen Putman comes outside. He has the basketball now. Harding with it. Raiders, again, they ball hawk better than anybody in Northwest Ohio, and they do get the foul. No, Coach Etzler's going to take another timeout. 41.5 seconds. The Knights take the timeout. That's the 5th timeout of the game for the Knights, but with the overtimes, you get 1 each overtime possession. So Coach Etzler, good timeout on his part right there.
Yeah, and really a good job by these guards from Crestview. Took about 40 seconds off of that clock. As you said, almost looked like they were expecting to be fouled. Wayne Trace deciding, you saw Coach Linder pulling up the 2 fists, trying to start double teaming, forcing Crestview to hopefully turn the ball over, but they did a good job. But Coach Etzler taking that timeout when he saw his guys getting a little bit too much pressure. Now an opportunity for Crestview to take a little bit more time off this clock, and we'll see if it gets down to 20 seconds, what this Wayne Trace team will do.
The Knights will have it sideline out of bounds. This is where you got to cut sharp and crisp, set legal screens, and then take care of the rock. Hayden Parrott's going to get it inbounds. 1-3-1 half-court trap by the Raiders, and Harding gets it. He gets trapped. Parrott, they get the foul called. Brooks Lockoff again. The theft, the guy who leads the Raiders in steals, almost comes away with one, but the foul is called. Hayden Parrott going to go to the Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken free throw line, where the sophomore can do some damage from the charity stripe. He'll have 2, Josiah.
Yeah, and that was a good call by the officials. A little wraparound foul, got him on the arm. Big free throw there.
Yeah, steps to the line. Ice in his veins for the 5'10 sophomore, the second leading scorer on this Knights squad at 8 points per game. The second leading free throw shooter on this Knights squad at 79%. and we're going to have a timeout on the floor. Coach Jim Linder going to try and freeze Hayden Parrott at the free throw line. A 3-point game for the Knights, a game that, as we look at the whole, it's been a challenge for them to get it to that 3-point lead, but they do so right here. We're going to take a timeout. You're watching high school basketball on WOSN. Tonight's instant replay sponsor has been Carey Insurance in Grover Hill, proudly investing in our youth programs and our communities. Hayden Parrott, the second of 2 free throws. He makes it off the timeout from Jim Linder. The Knights with a 4-point lead. Do you go for a quick 2 or you want the 3 here?
I think you attack the rim, try to get some contact. You know, a little early to be just focusing on that 3-point play, but a shot there by Brooks Lockoff and knocks it down.
Brooks Lockoff goes to his left so effectively, and Coach Linder's going to call the timeout after the made shot. Takes it back to a 2-point lead for the Knights. We're going to see full court pressure now from the Raiders man-to-man. I expect them to switch all screens, look to get a steal, and if not, foul. Where do you foul in this situation? How much time do you let go off the clock, Josiah?
Well, I think, try to force that 10-second call if possible. Wouldn't be surprised even if they come out in that 1-3-1 full court pressure, putting Brock Lockoff at the top, making him throw those long passes. But as I said, could come out in that full court, maybe these young guards, putting some pressure on these young guards from Crestview, seeing if they can get a turnover, but also looking to see who do you want to foul. Look at Connor Sheets, knocked down 2 big free throws, only shooting about 60% from the free throw line. So, here's where some of that scouting comes into play is who do you want to step to the line if you need to foul. But first, they want to see if they can get a turnover.
Yeah, Kellen Putman, the leading free throw shooter for Crestview at 83%. Hayden Parrott next at 79. Ren Sheets at 75. Jarrett Harding going to trigger it from out of bounds. The Raiders are a full court man with a center fielder in Kyle Stoller. Harding with the ball, and he finds Kellen Putman, and Putman is fouled right away, and I believe that is on number 5, Tanner Lockoff. And that is his 4th. Hudson Myers was acting like maybe they had called the foul on him, but it's on Tanner Lockoff, his 4th. Kellen Putman, the leading free throw shooter for the Knights at 83%. He's had some big ones this year to force an earlier game in the season to overtime against Miller City. Steps to the line right there and drains it. So the Lee's famous recipe chicken free throw line, it's come into play down the stretch. The Knights have scored all of their points in this overtime from the charity stripe. Putman with the second one. It rolls around on the metal and falls through. Here come the Raiders. Brooks Lockoff down 4 with the basketball. 20 seconds. He drives to the rim. Putman guards him. Putman comes away with the steal. Oh, they give it back. And then they foul. Kellen Putman had the ball in his possession. Brooks Lockoff giving credit. He doesn't give up on the play. Gets it back. Draws the foul, and he's going to be able to shoot 2 with the clock stopped, Josiah.
Yeah, and what a defensive stop there by Kellen Putman. Did a great job of keeping Lockoff in front of him, grabs the ball, but as you said, Brooks Lockoff didn't stop, got his hand in there, got the ball back, and now an opportunity with 13 seconds to knock down some big free throws to cut it to 1 possession.
1 possession game and another storyline. That is the 5th foul on Crestview's point guard, Hayden Parrott. He's run the point the majority of the second half. Tommy Hefner comes back in the game. Crestview's going to have to work collectively as a team to take care of the basketball. Lockoff with the second free throw. Drills that one, so after 2 misses his last time up, drills them both. Harding with the basketball. Goes to Ren Sheets. Sheets takes care of the basketball, goes to Harding. It's deflected. Harding gets it back. Brooks Lockoff again. Those long arms. Crestview had an uncontested layup possibility there, but Lockoff gets the deflection, and then he fouls Jared Harding. Harding He's 100% on the year from the free throw line, but he's only shot 4. So 4 for 4 from the line. These are the biggest free throws of his basketball career right here, Josiah. Misses that first one from the Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken free throw line. 6.5 seconds to go. Needs this one to extend the lead to 3.
Well, big free throw here to at least make it a 3-point game as Coach Linder, I believe, uses his final timeout here.
Coach Linder takes the timeout, 51-49 Knights. He's got to draw up 2 plays here. He's got to draw up a play for a make and a play for the miss. I think if it's a miss, you just say get the ball to 20 and get out of the way.
Yeah, absolutely. You got to get him the ball. You know, he's been so effective here going to his left. You know, if you're Crestview, you're also talking about a make and a miss. How do we defend? And do we want to allow 20 to even get the ball? You know, in that, you know, you don't want anybody else to shoot the ball if you're Wayne Trace. So, you know, we'll see if they decide, you know, on a make or miss. Are they going to double him? Are they going to force it out of his hands, make one of the supporting cast, you know, beat him? So we'll see both coaches drawing up a couple plays here, talking to their players.
I think you got to have a lot of defensive pressure, as you said, on number 20, Brooks Lockoff, and also number 40, Kyle Stoller, and then have Ren Sheets get under the basket, and any of that supporting cast, if they penetrate, he can be in a position to defend that. Again, you're right. You want to force someone else, if you're Crestview, to take this last shot. But right now, Jared Harding, a big free throw for him will determine what kind of look the Raiders need to be thinking about. He drills this. They got to be thinking three-pointer. He misses it. Get to the rim. Harding gets the basketball from the Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken free throw line, and he drills it. Gives the Knights a 3-point lead. Lockoff gets the ball right away. He's not going to give it up from the volleyball line. Close, it doesn't go, and that's your ball game. Crestview 52-49 over the Raiders, handing the Wayne Trace Raiders their first loss of the year. The shot by Lockoff was close, Josiah. Good look, doesn't go. Crestview comes away with the W.
Yeah, and Wayne Trace got the look that they wanted. Brooke Lockoff with that shot, about 25 feet out, just wasn't able to knock it down. But what a great game this was.
It was an outstanding game, and we'll talk more about it when we come back. 52-49 Crestview in double overtime, and you watched it all right here on WOSN. Welcome back to Crestview High School in the Ray Etzler Gymnasium, where tonight in double overtime, the Crestview Knights come away with a hard-fought victory over the Wayne Trace Raiders, 52-49. Tonight we want to go with our Stolly Hustle Award, sponsored by Stolly Insurance. And Josiah, we're going to go with a player from Crestview that just really did a lot of the intangibles tonight, besides scoring the basketball a little bit as well.
Yeah, and that's number 3, Kellen Putman, had the responsibility all night of guarding Brooks Lockoff, you know, and what a job he did. You know, Brooks still had 25 points, but as you said, did all the little things tonight to be successful, made it difficult on Brooks Lockoff, you know, rebounded and hit 2 big free throws there in that second overtime to extend the lead, you know, and he continues to be our Stolly Hustle Award winner.
Yeah, Kellen Putman finished the night with 10 points, and as you said, 2 big free throws down the stretch, but it was a lot of the night in the second half in the overtimes. It was Brooks Lockoff and Kellen Putman one-on-one with Brooks Lockoff clearing out the side on that right side. And there were times Brooks won that battle, but there were times where Kellen Putman won it and gave Brooks Lockoff fits. Brooks is going to remember the defense played on him by Kellen Putman tonight. He had to earn everything and did so. So Kellen Putman, our Stolly Hustle Insurance winner, sponsored by Stolly Insurance. Congratulations to the Knight Senior. We'll be back to talk to Crestview head coach Doug Etzler after this. You're watching it all on WOSN. Welcome back to Crestview High School in the Ray Etzler Gymnasium, where tonight, in double overtime, the Crestview Knights, under the leadership of Doug Etzler, defeat the Wayne Trace Raiders 52-49. It's a rivalry game, and with the win, the Knights go up by one, 32-31 overall. And I have Coach Etzler with me now. And Coach E, you had to come back from a tough loss last night by the identical score, ironic as it is, 52-49, a loss to Spencerville. You come away with a win tonight, a lot of grit and toughness. How did you have your guys prepared for tonight's contest?
You know, you don't know how guys are going to respond after your first loss of the season, and it kind of just came in. We walked through all their sets that they're going to do. We went through the stuff that we prepared for as far as they're going to throw some zone ass, their full court pressure, so what we need to do. And then we just went and we watched a lot of film of what we did last night that we thought we could improve on. Obviously, Spencerville came in and gave us everything we could handle. We didn't do a great job of defending one-on-one driving line stuff, but our help wasn't very good again. And knew coming in tonight with 2,000-point scores that those two guys, they do it. Wayne Trace does a great job of getting them touches, that we were going to have to be better, obviously on the ball one-on-one, but our help defense was going to have to be a lot better. And I thought our guys really bought into that tonight and really believed that they had a chance to get it done.
And it proved itself that the game turned into a half-court game, which worked to your advantage. Early in the game, the Raiders were able to get up and down the floor. They established a lead, but then you guys just started chipping away. And you talk about that one-on-one driving line. Kellen Putman, who was recognized as our Stolly Insurance Hustle Award winner tonight, he had the dubious honor of guarding one of the best players in Northwest Ohio and all of Division III in Brooks Lockoff. Speak to his abilities and what he did defensively tonight to make it tough on Brooks.
Yeah, we talked about it both with Brooks and Kyle Stoller, that we knew those two guys, their offense revolves around those guys getting touches, and we just needed to make sure that their touches were really tough. And then as you watch the game, obviously they went really to Brooks late in the game. I mean, it was in his hand pretty much the entire fourth quarter, overtime, and the second overtime. But Kellen he had to be exhausted. Had to be. But he just kept battling. Even when Brooks hit shots, they were tough, contested shots, and that's all you can ask. He's a great player. Brooks is a great player. He's going to score, and I thought Kellen made it really tough, and our guys helped him tonight, and we didn't get that help last night. So I credit him and then credit his teammates for helping him out.
Yeah, Kellen Putman, a senior, but you had some younger players step up tonight in your guard play especially. Hayden Parrott, he took a tough shot or had a look at the end of regulation, I believe, for the three. Didn't go, but he kept battling for you as well. Talk about the composure of your guard play.
Yeah, I tell you that I can't compliment our sophomores in the way they're playing enough this year. We got both Hayden Parrott and
Braxton
Leaf. They're unbelievable to step in with a veteran team coming up from the JV last year. And those two guys are playing fearless right now. When they have open shots, they're stepping up, taking them, and they're making them right now. And then both gritty defenders for us and giving us everything they have at that end. And you can't ask for anything more from a sophomore to come up there. And we're asking them to play important minutes with only 7 deep, and both of them have really stepped up to the challenge.
They really have, Coach. And to finish things up again, a loss last night, a win tonight. Now you have Fort Jennings and St. John's. It doesn't get any easier. You're seeing some great growth from your team. What do you want to see them continue to improve upon as you enter the Christmas break?
Yeah, I think tonight, execution-wise, we did a little bit better at both ends than what we did last night, but really our help defense was good. We're not going to see it where a team isolates the basketball as much with Fort Jennings. They do have one player that stands out a little bit more than the others, and obviously Delta St. John's has a couple guys, but Cam can really score it. Mm-hmm. So it prepares us going forward, but we want this to be something that we can springboard forward and understand how hard we have to play to be a good team, and you can't get complacent. I'm going to say we were complacent last night, but Spencerville came in here and kind of knocked us on our heels, and we can't be that type of team that has to battle back. But then you saw it again tonight. We get behind. But I think, battling back, understanding that you got to believe in the process of what we're trying to get accomplished here, and the guys just kept being gritty tonight and battling, and hopefully we can great practice on Monday, go to Fort Jennings and play our best game of the season and just kind of snowball this thing going forward. Take this as a momentum builder. We just beat a really good team at home here, and they're going to win a ton of games. Hopefully we can use that going forward.
Absolutely. That grit definitely showed itself tonight to come away with a victory, a come-from-behind victory. Congratulations to you and your squad. So we want to issue some thank yous out there tonight. The Crestview Athletic Director, Austin Fleming, and then our camera people, Kelsey Beimer and Derek Henry, our director, Wayne Getz. With the win, Crestview improves to 5-1 on the season. With the loss, the Raiders drop to 5-1. We want to thank all of you for watching tonight, and until next time, may all of your jumpers hit nothing but the net. So long, everybody.